to the regular meeting of the Metuchen Borough Council, March 9th, 2026. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act pursuant to Public Law 1975, Chapter 231. Said notice was published in the Home News Tribune on December 14th, 2025, and posted in Borough Hall and on file in the clerk's office. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Please join me for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Zupan.
Okay. Councilmember Branch. Councilmember Hyman.
Here.
Councilmember Jethwani.
Here.
Councilmember Kandel.
Here.
Councilmember Sukan.
Here.
Council President Delia.
Here.
Mayor Bush.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to open the agenda session?
I make a motion to open the agenda session.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do we have any items for the agenda session tonight?
I do not.
Anybody in the rest of the council?
No.
No. Seeing none, do I have a motion to close the agenda session?
I make a motion to close the agenda session.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right. So to lead off tonight, we have a report from the EMS. So please, whoever's making the report, come on up, name and address, and we're happy to hear from you.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. My name is Gina-Lise Jimenez. My address is 22 Center Street, Metuchen. I'm a senior at St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Edison, and I'm 18 years old. I joined Metuchen EMS in August 2025, and I've taken around 20 911 calls so far. I'm here tonight to present the first Metuchen EMS summary report for 2026. We've had a very busy start to the year, over 100 calls already, and 2 weekends in February with over 10 calls each. This continues our recent busy trend. As usual, many of these calls were in Edison. Some of our calls have been dramatic with 2 auto rollovers and entrapments, and we also supported Metuchen Fire at Redfield Village on February 12th. Fortunately, there were no patients or firefighters that needed transportation. Our participation continues to be high with an average of 30 participants each month. Our turnover has been very low, so we are covering 7 nights each week and most weekends. However, over the next few months, 6 of our experienced members will be leaving for medical school or physical therapy school. Because we now track this data, we know we need to start bringing in people early. We have added 7 new EMTs in the last 6 months. Besides 911 calls, we also support community events, though we've had none since our last report. We would like to remind everyone watching or listening that we are a volunteer organization and we do not charge for our service. However, we cannot do that without the generous support of Metuchen residents. We would like to thank the 512 Metuchen residents who have made a contribution to our fund drive. So far, we have raised just under $40,000, which is less than last year. To put this in perspective, our expenses are in the region of $110,000 per year. If there are any questions, I will do my best to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for volunteering with the EMS. Is this something that you plan to look to do in your career moving forward?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to plan to go to school for?
Well, right now I'm applying to colleges, but I want to stay in the medical field.
Excellent. Any questions from any of the council members?
I just had a question. If people wanted to donate who are watching tonight, how could they do that?
They can either do that through mail. Okay.
Hi, Peter Fairclough, 3 Goodwill Place, Metuchen. They can go to our website, metuchenems.org, and there is a link on there. Use the PayPal link. The other one is a red herring that PayPal has put up there and does not work.
All right. I hope people do.
And my question is, other than the drive where people can find the QR code on your webpage, do you have any other fundraisers or any other way of raising funds?
So we tried just to do one fundraiser each year. What we are going to try and do is do a fundraiser specifically to those people in Edison that we transported. It's obviously it would cost us more to do a fundraiser in Edison than we could possibly make, and then we would also upset Edison EMS, which is another volunteer organisation. Yeah, we obviously got $40,000 from the borough, and we also get money from the car show. And we do a leave behind, so when we transport people to the hospital and they are in reasonable condition, like they're responsive and they can talk to us, we have a leave behind card, which is basically a begging letter saying send us money. So, and then we have other people just send us money during the course of the year.
Thank you. And thank you for everything you do.
Thanks.
You guys are the best.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
So now we have today a proclamation, which I'm happy to provide on behalf of the mayor for Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. I'm just going to read it out here. Whereas colorectal cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States for both men and women under the age of 50, and there is no known cure. And whereas in the United States, someone is diagnosed with colorectal cancer every 3 minutes, and someone dies from colorectal cancer every 10 minutes. And whereas if the majority of people in the United States age 50 or older were screened regularly for colorectal cancer, the death rate from this disease could plummet by 70%. And whereas it is critical that all people of all ages know the signs and symptoms of colorectal cancer, and whereas observing Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month during the month of March provides a special opportunity to offer education on the importance of early detection and screening. Now, therefore, be resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Metuchen hereby jointly proclaim March 2026 to be Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month in the Borough of Metuchen. And we have someone that's here to accept this. Would you like to come on up?
Thank you, Jason Delia, Mayor Bush, and members of council. On behalf of the Colorectal Cancer Alliance and our local advocates, we are honored to receive this proclamation. I was fortunate that I developed symptoms and ultimately was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in August of 2024. After a very successful surgery and 6 months of chemotherapy, I'm even more fortunate to now be in remission. Now, the lifetime risk of developing colorectal cancer is approximately 1 in 23 for men and 1 in 25 for women. Colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer deaths in men and women under 50. Did you know that if colorectal cancer is caught early enough, it is preventable? Now, the recommended screening age is 45. In a tight-knit community like Metuchen, we look out for one another, and that is exactly why this recognition matters. While March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, we are facing a sobering reality in 2026. As I mentioned, colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer death for men and women under 50. Despite these rising numbers, it remains the least funded among major cancers. Our latest state of screening study shows that nearly half of young adults have their symptoms dismissed, and 25% of people never complete their recommended screenings. This disease is highly preventable and often curable if caught early. By issuing this proclamation today, you are helping us reduce and slow down the rise of this often preventable cancer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice evening.
Very happy to hear you're on the mend, and we're very happy to do our small part to help raise awareness during the month.
Thanks for being here.
Excellent. Okay, so we're now on to public comments. I'm going to open up the meeting for public comment. Anyone wishing to make a comment on any issues or question, please come on up to the microphone.
On any of your...
So we do have a number of ordinances up for public hearing tonight. So if you're here to talk, you could certainly come up now and talk about that, but if it makes more sense to talk about during that time, there's going to be a separate public hearing for each one. Excellent. Okay, seeing no one else, we're going to close the public comment session and move on to ordinances. Council President.
Ms. Zupan, please read ordinance number 2026-03 by title only.
Ordinance 2026-03, ordinance to set the minimum and maximum wage ranges for certain borough employees, amending ordinance 2026-01.
Okay, thank you. We're going to open up this ordinance for public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance now has an opportunity. Seeing none, we're going to close the public hearing on ordinance 2026-03.
Mayor, I make a motion to pass ordinance 2026-03 on second reading and published according to law.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Zupan, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hyman?
Here.
Councilmember
Yes.
Councilmember Jethwani?
Yes.
Councilmember Candell?
Yes.
Councilmember Sukhan?
Yes.
Council President Delia?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Council President.
Ms. Zupan, please read ordinance number 2026-04 by title only.
Ordinance 2026-04, an ordinance repealing Article 21, Affordable Housing, and Article 14B, Development Fees, in Chapter 110, Land Development, and repealing Chapter 49, Affirmative Marketing, and enacting Chapter 49, Affordable Housing, of the Code of the Borough of Metuchen to address the requirements of the Fair Housing Act, FHA, as amended, and the Uniform Housing Affordability Controls, UHAC, as amended, regarding compliance with the borough's affordable housing obligations.
Thank you, Ms. Zupan. And I'm going to now open the public hearing on ordinance 2026-04 for this ordinance. If anyone would like to speak on it. Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing on ordinance 2026-04. Council President.
I make a motion to pass ordinance 2026-04 on second reading and publish according to law.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, before we get to vote on this one, I did want to sort of speak on it a little bit. This is, and I spoke with Councilmember Sukhan earlier today, and she and I were discussing how we're in the thick of this. Like, we all are very aware of what's going on, but people in the audience or people watching at home probably are not quite as in tune with everything. So I think it's important. This is a large one that we're doing here, but what we're currently in is what's called the fourth round of our affordable housing in New Jersey, and that goes from 2025 last year up into 2035. The state has set various obligations on the amount of affordable housing that municipalities need to provide during that 10-year period. So in June of last year, so we've been working on this since 2024, really, but working on from 24 all the way up until June of last year, that's when we, the council, adopted our housing element and fair share plan. And what that is, in the way I like to think about it is, remember like in junior high and high school and you were in math class and you couldn't just like put the answer, you had to actually show your work to the teacher? So that fair share plan, that's us showing our work. We're saying to the state, this is how we're going to meet our obligation for affordable housing in the fourth round. So that has already been adopted back last year in June. So now what we're doing here tonight is we're starting to actually implement those things that we said we're going to do. And the one that we're talking about here right now is what we're taking our already, we already have affordable housing a code on our books from the last prior rounds. So we're repealing that and we're starting with the brand new model ordinance from the state. So this is the exact model ordinance that the state has provided to us, and that was prepared by the Association of Housing Professionals of New Jersey. And importantly, it was also approved by the Fair Share Housing Center and most recently our planning board. So this is what we're doing here, repealing the old ordinance from the old previous rounds and adopting the brand new model ordinance. And in fact, the next two ordinances that we're doing, it's more the same. So we said in our our housing element and fair share plan, we're going to include Pearl Street property in order to get to our number. We're going to include 303 Amboy in order to get to our number. So that's what we're doing for this ordinance as well as the next two. First of all, did I misstate anything there from either of you? And then anything else for the council to add to that?
Thank you for covering that. No, I think that was clear.
Yeah, I think it's helpful just to give the breakdown for people watching.
I appreciate it. I mean, like I said, we're so into it. I mean, even Councilmember Sukhan, like, even though you're new, you and I had many conversations in 2025 about this affordable housing, so you are just as up to date as everybody else here, so. Excellent. Okay, so we had a motion and we had a second. Roll call, please, Ms. Zupan.
Okay, Councilmember Hyman?
Yes.
Councilmember Jethwani?
Yes.
Councilmember Kandel?
Yes.
Councilmember Sukhan?
Yes.
Council President Delia?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ms. Zupan, please read ordinance number 2026-05 by title only.
Ordinance 2026-05, ordinance of the Borough of Metuchen adopting a redevelopment plan for 12 and 16 Pearl Street within the Borough of Metuchen, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
I move that ordinance 2026-05 be passed on first reading, published according to law, and a public hearing set down for Monday, March 9th, 2026, which is today.
I believe that might be the incorrect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, none of these have public hearings, so
Yeah,
I'm sorry
right.
for, yeah.
Would you like that?
Yeah, I'm going to have an amended script.
So, Ms. Zupan read.
Oh, so we'll drop it down here, so you have a public
This is
hearing.
the first, I mean, this is the second.
Right, they're all the second
So-
hearing. There's no public hearing for, there's no
You just-
setting a date. These are the public
Yeah.
hearings.
Yeah.
That's my,
No,
yeah.
I'm not-
So open up public hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, we're lost without Jonathan.
Yeah.
She reads it and then it's open.
Okay, so the title has been read. I'm not going to open the public hearing for ordinance 2025-05. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance? Now's your time. Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing on ordinance 2025-05.
Okay, and now I'm going to correctly make a motion to pass ordinance 2026-05 on second reading and publish according to law.
Perfect, thank you so much. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call, please, Ms. Zupan.
Okay, Councilmember Hyman.
yes.
Councilmember Jethwani.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Sukan.
Yes.
Council President Delia.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ms. Zupan, please read ordinance number 2026-06 by title only.
Ordinance 2026-06, ordinance of the Borough of Metuchen adopting an amendment to the amended redevelopment plan for the expanded Metuchen Arts District within the Borough of Metuchen, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. I'm going to open a public hearing on ordinance 2026-06 at this time. Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing on ordinance 2026-06. Ms. Council President?
I make a motion to pass ordinance 2026-06 on second reading and publish according to law.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second,
Roll call, please, Ms. Zupan.
Councilmember Hyman.
yes.
Councilmember Jethwani.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Councilmember Sukan.
Yes.
Council President Delia.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ms. Zupan, please read ordinance number 2026-07 by title only.
Ordinance 2026-07, ordinance to amend pool fees.
Thank you. And now I'm going to open the public hearing on ordinance 2026-07. Anyone wishing to speak, just need your name and address for the record, please.
Carol Savage, 59 Carson Avenue.
Thank you.
I'm a single senior, and I'm not happy with the proposal in the fees to introduce the concept of a, I'm calling it,
Senior
couple, a senior couple. Not married or whatever, they have to live in the same home. They would receive a $60 discount. So if you recall last year, there was a lot of concern because the senior citizen fee went up to $120. And there wasn't really an explanation from going from 90 to 120. But then it was shared with me that we hadn't done an increase on the senior fee as a result of COVID. So for many years, there hadn't been an increase. So that made sense. So this year, the proposal is to go from 120 to 130. I think the pool is a great resource. I think the people who use it should pay for it. So if you need to raise the fee, I think it should be equally across all categories. But I don't see a need. I understand there's a rationale, and I appreciate Mr. Kendall sharing that with me. I feel there's not enough transparency. I only knew what the fees were because they were published in a newspaper. I didn't get anything on all the information that comes out on borough Facebook pages and things like that. So I'm a little insulted that that wasn't shared because I wouldn't have known anything about this and I would have just gotten a letter telling me that there's this new category and they're going to get $60 off. So my concern is that a senior is a senior. We are already receiving a significant discount from a regular resident. It's a significant discount for a senior. I think there's some thought that by doing this, you'll get more people, but I don't know if it's proven. I know, Mr. Kendall, you said that other communities have done this. Has it really given them the result they want to make such a significant decrease? There may be a reason why seniors don't come to the pool. We may have maxed out on the seniors that want to come. And I don't know if you can respond to that now, but that is my concern. To me, there's not a compelling enough argument that a senior, because two seniors live in the same household, they get a $60 decrease or a $30 decrease over what I pay. I think seniors are getting such a wonderful discount already. I just have a difficult time. And I'd like the council to reconsider that and not institute this new idea. I think the other things that you're looking at, like single parents, I think that's really very smart and savvy to do that. But think about a senior. We are on a fixed income. We're not working, many of us. So we have to live with what we have. And I just don't think it's fair that because two seniors live in the same address, they're going to get almost a 30% reduction. And I would also ask, the more we know, the better we can understand where the numbers come from. I only know about this because I reached out to everybody on the council, and Mr. Candel got back to me right away and gave me the rationale. I don't expect you or me to agree with all of it, but at least there's a rationale. I wish we could be more transparent. As citizens, when you read an ordinance, we don't know what that means. I appreciate when Jason went in and explained a little bit. You know the business, you've been doing it. We're just out here in the community, but there are some hot buttons for us. And I think, for me, I would love to know that if the pool cost $3 million last year, and based on estimates from resources that give you a percentage, you need to budget 15 or 30% more, I don't mind if my fee goes up 30% because you've given me a rationale. But to just throw out a number and it doesn't mean anything, I know it caused a lot of controversy last year, and I thought, oh no, we're going to go through this whole thing again, and there's no reason for it. I think people in Metuchen need to know that you have our best interests in mind, but we don't know that if you don't share it with us. So that's my frustration. I hear a lot about democracy. Democracy is important. You represent us as the residents of Metuchen. We need to give you more input, but we can't give you the input if we don't have the details. So that's what I'm asking. Share the details and really reconsider, because the other thing that came into my mind, and it made me very upset, that tonight is the hearing, and tomorrow morning, the pool opens for registration. So I'm sitting here saying, am I really going to have an impact? I want to believe that democracy is alive in Metuchen and that you will reconsider. But part of me is saying, I don't know. We need, as citizens, to be more involved to help you do your job better. But we also need to do our job better. And so we need to work together to make that happen. So I hope you'll reconsider. That's my hot button. Otherwise, I feel it's very fair. I have no problem paying more money. I think it's the most wonderful resource, and I would pay $200. I'm not suggesting you increase it to $200 for seniors, but what I'm saying is, if there's a method that every year it goes up 15 or 20, I feel that that's the right thing to do. Because you're already giving me almost a 50% reduction. I want to have that increase, but I don't think it's fair that we've made up this imagined couple that isn't like a standard kind of thing. I just feel like seniors have a lot of limitations. And one thing most recently is medication. I've been put on a medication that is astronomical. I'm lucky I can pay for it. But I'm sure there are seniors in town that this is something that they really put their money together, and it's an important thing for them to do. So I hope that you'll consider making some updates in your proposal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So this is not my usual role, so I do not have quite the same amount of context, but luckily I do have people here that I can ask to weigh in for you. I will say that all of our, just like any of our other committees and commission meetings, are all open to the public, so I know it's a lot to ask to go to another meeting, but the pool commission meetings are open, and you could possibly have gone there and learn a little bit more, ask some questions. Melissa, did you want to give any additional context? I know for the reasoning of setting up that additional.
I'm happy to.
Or Councilman Candel, either way.
Well, first of all, Ms. Savage, I want to say thank you for your respectful and substantial comments about the rates. You've come to meetings, pool commission meetings in the past, which we have appreciated, and your devotion to the pool and appreciation of the pool is appreciated on our end, and your comments are appreciated tonight. Council President Delia is correct. Sorry, my daughter's calling me. Hang up. Council President Delia is correct that we have commission meetings where we review the financials from the previous year and the projections for the upcoming year in order to give advice to the borough as to what the rates should be and fees should be for the upcoming year. And I think I announced that we would be doing that at an upcoming meeting before the meeting happened. Well, if I could finish, because I will say that even having said that, if somebody like you who is so devoted to the pool didn't get the information, then we have to do a better job, and I'll acknowledge that. I think the public can do more to find the information or to ask questions of us in order to find the information. But I'll acknowledge that, like I said, if we didn't get the information out to somebody like you, then I think we have to do a better job.
Can I respond to that?
Sure, sure, just once, just once.
That's a general comment, not just for the pool, okay? Maybe I am wrong, but I don't feel as a citizen in Metuchen that I have to go to commission meetings during the week to find out what's going on. I don't understand why we get a lot of communication on snow, and I can't think of another thing right now, but we get a lot of good communication on that. You've come up with this, hey, Metuchen, you got a Facebook, there's so many ways. I don't understand why we're not more transparent. I don't feel, personally, that I have to go to every commission meeting to find out what's going on. Now, maybe what could be done is, when you're reviewing a budget, maybe some synopsis is shared from that.
So that's where I was going to say next,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, we can't
I
have a back.
just shouldn't have to go to a
we-
meeting to find out what's going on.
Ms. Savage, we can't have a back and
Okay,
forth.
I'm sorry.
And if you can take your seat if you could. I was going to say that after we have commission meetings, there are minutes that are then published. And unless Ms. Zupan tells me that the minutes for that particular meeting have not been published yet, they're available on the website in order to see exactly what we discussed in assessing the financials from last year and the projections for this year in order to determine and give advice to the borough as far as what the proper fees and rates should be for the upcoming year. So those minutes are available to the public. For us to give a synopsis of and I gave a synopsis after that meeting during my report the following council meeting. I can't give a full synopsis of that meeting because it's an hour-plus long meeting, and then this council meeting would take 10 hours if everybody did the same for their commission and committee liaisonships. So we do the best we can, but like I said, we need to do better. So I acknowledge that, and we'll try and do better, next year when this same issue comes up. With respect to the senior couple rate, as I explained to you in response to your email, which again I want to appreciate how respectful and nice you are in your critique. We try and encourage more people to become members of the pool so that we have more members and therefore more revenue for the pool. We do that not just with senior couples, which is a new rate for this year. We do that with an individual rate and then a family rate. The family rate is not 1 times 3 or 4, depending on how many people are in that family. It's less than that, because we want to encourage that family, that entire family, to become members of the pool. Because once they become members of a pool 1 year, they're going to become members of the pool, hopefully, for many years to come. We do that with the individual rate and the resident couple rate. So one individual is $300, but the resident couple rate is not $600. It's less than that, because we're encouraging that second person to become a member of the pool. So, that's the rationale behind charging less for more people per person than we do for an individual person. I understand your critique of it and your criticism of it. I'm not saying it's not legitimate, but I think for the overall interest of raising more revenue and increasing membership for the pool, I personally am in favor of the senior couple rate being reduced per person over the senior resident rate. That's all I have to say. I don't know if Melissa has anything else.
No, we've done a lot of things this year in terms of trying to boost membership. One of the things, the rationales also for the rate change had to do with the fact that last year we had some issues. Somebody came to one of the meetings regarding how we had structured the rates. This was another area that hadn't been looked at, I don't know, for maybe even since the pool started. The rates were developed. That was the only thing. With the advice of council, we looked at some other pools in the area, kind of replicated their structure, spoke to some people specifically in Westfield. I think Clark, our director of recreation, did a lot of work on that. So, we're trying very much to make sure that we developed a rate structure that was, number one, in compliance with the law, but number two, to offer other categories. Again, as Councilman Kendall said, I appreciate you coming and sharing your opinion and being so respectful about it. And, certainly, these are things next year when we set the rates. We always start rate setting for the pool commission, maybe January or February. So that might be a good thing to let everyone know if they're interested or giving feedback on their opinion on what the pool rates are going to be, to go to those pool commission meetings in either January, February. Sometimes it goes into March, but we're trying to be really good about getting things done earlier so that we can open the portal earlier. The portal is going to be open on the 16th, not tomorrow. We had some technical difficulties, okay? So just to make sure everything's copacetic and we do the right thing. But we really made a big effort this year because we heard people last year with some of their concerns about pool membership solicitation, specifically the concession, which Councilman Kendall will talk about. I don't want to steal all of his thunder, so there you go.
Thank you. And Melissa,
Thank you.
do we have the ability to look at prior years and, once this year is over, after this pool season is done, can we look at how this fee, did it meet the goals that Councilman Kendall was after bringing more people? We can look at all that kind of stuff.
Sure. This is our first year trying this new rate structure. So then we'll look back and see, okay, did anybody even sign up who is, a senior couple? How many were there? What have you? So we'll do some research and analyze things after the pool season closes.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else to speak on this ordinance? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing on ordinance 2026-07.
I make a motion to pass ordinance 2026-07 on second reading and publish according to law.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Ms. Zupan.
Councilmember Hyman?
Yes.
Councilmember Jethwani?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Councilmember Sukan?
Yes.
Council President Tulia?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. On to reports. No report today, Ms. Pearlstein?
None at this time. Thank you.
Okay, I am up first for my report. Fairly quick one, because I'm speaking too much today. Traffic and Transportation meets on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. They have their monthly meeting. Looking forward to seeing everyone and discussing more goals for the year for that committee. The Master Plan Subcommittee met today to discuss some important information as we're starting to get feedback from the surveys, and we're looking specifically at our downtowns. We had a meeting last week. We were looking at some of the other commercial districts. So things are going well there with the Master Plan Subcommittee. And at the top of this meeting, I read our Sunshine Notice, which includes information about how the notice for this meeting was published in the Home News Tribune. This will be the last time you'll hear that. Is that correct?
Well, that's still the notice for the meetings for the year, so we'll still have that notice, yes.
Okay, but it will also now be, and I think it has been on the borough website. So New Jersey passed a law last year. Print papers are dying, unfortunately. So they changed the rules around sunshine notices, allowing that notice to be put up on the borough website. So
Actually requiring.
thank you, requiring it be published on municipal websites. So that's what we have been, and we're going to be continuing
And
to do.
can I just say, then, that's all legal notices.
All the notices.
Will now be on the borough website.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's my report. Councilmember Sukan.
So the Arts Council will finally hold its reorganization meeting this Monday at 7:30 PM at the Senior Center. And that's very exciting. Hopefully it won't snow on us again. The Shade Tree Commission finally set the date for the Arbor Day celebration. So mark your calendars for April 24th, 4 PM. There will be 2 trees that are being planted at the Old Franklin Schoolhouse this year. And then lastly, I would like to highlight the Tree Ambassadors program that is starting on March 21st with the Shade Tree Commission. It's actually a wonderful collaboration with the Shade Tree Commission and the Board of Education. It's a series of courses that are taught to a group of local high schoolers, with the focus being strengthening our long-term ecological sustainability by teaching our young people about the important role that trees play in our community. It's a really forward-thinking program. It's a really in-depth curriculum. I was really impressed by what they have put together, so I wanted to make sure that the community was aware that that's going on. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Candell.
Yeah, so as Ms. Berelstein just said, the registration portal for the pool is going to be open on March 16th, not tomorrow. And so if you're interested in early registering for the pool, you can start doing that on the 16th. I'm happy to say that the borough has received 3 applications for the concessionaire RFP, in response to the concessionaire RFP. So for those of you who were unhappy, like we all were, that last year we did not have a concession stand at the pool, we are hoping, fingers crossed, that at least one of those applications has met the sufficiency requirement of the RFP. We'll be reviewing that and ranking the applications over the next week or so.
And hopefully we'll award at the next council meeting.
Yeah.
Everything goes as planned.
Yeah, so we look forward to that. And then tomorrow night at 7:30, the second floor of Borough Hall is our next pool commission meeting. That's all I have.
Thank you. Excellent news on the RFP.
Yeah.
Councilmember Jethwani.
Thank you, Mr. President. A couple of notes. I just want to mention that improvements are continuing to be made at the library, most recently in the basement level, including upgrades to the activity room, which is a space for many of its public programs. And the library is thankful for all the support they've gotten from their partners, including the Metuchen DPW, the Friends of the Metuchen Library, the Metuchen Edison Historical Society, and other volunteers, and making these upgrades happen. And certainly just to note again that these improvements are made possible through some of the state funding that was awarded to the library through advocacy from our 18th district legislators, including Assemblyman Karabanchak and Stanley, as well as State Senator Degnan. And one programming note, on Saturday, March 21st, from 2 to 4 p.m., the library will have its Makers Day, annual Makers Day, and this year's theme is engineering and upcycling, and participants, including beginners, will be making castles. The Makers Day will also feature the robot obstacle course, a 3D printer demonstration, and tabling from local nonprofits. No registration is required, and folks are encouraged to drop by anytime during the event. And finally, the next Library Board of Trustees meeting will be held tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the library. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Hyman.
Good evening. Thank you, President Delia. The Board of Health meeting will be held tomorrow, Wednesday evening, 3/11 at 7:30 here at the Borough Hall, upstairs in the meeting room. The CARES meeting will be on Thursday, the 12th at 7:15 here upstairs in the meeting room. And the Parade Commission will meet next Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day. I know that's how you want to spend your holiday, here at Borough Hall at 7:15. I'd like to take this opportunity, if I may, to speak. Sorry, our guest mentioned transparency. This has been, it's a word that we hear a lot, and I just want to say, it's not that we're not transparent. I think we really are. Everything that we have, all the information we have, we do post. I think what we can do better is how we communicate. And I think you've seen efforts, whether it's been our new website, the mayor's Hey Metuchen. It's a focus of ours. It's something that we're all really committed to. We certainly would love our communications to be improved. We are working on that. We're very conscious of that. We want We want happy neighbors. We want people to feel informed and feel involved. And on that note, I'm going to take this opportunity to bring up the master plan surveys. If you all, everyone listening, could fill out the surveys. They're 3 short surveys. Go onto our website. It's really easy. Just Google Metuchen Master Plan, and it will take you right to the page. Or if you want, you could zoom on this QR code. Fill out the surveys. This is Metuchen's opportunity for their voices to be heard. We want to know what you're seeing for the next 30 years in Metuchen, how you feel about housing, how you feel about zoning, how you feel about recreation. We want everyone to be involved. Students to seniors, this is your opportunity. Go onto our website, Google Metuchen Master Plan. You will come to our page. You'll be able to fill out the surveys and have your voices heard. We're very interested in knowing. We want to get as many people to fill it out as possible. And I will see some of you at the train station tomorrow morning. And that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'll just add on to what you're saying about trying to find new ways to communicate. Certainly not everyone is on social media, but we just started a new Instagram account for the borough, Metuchen Borough. It's on Instagram. You can look that up, follow it, and you'll have another way to hopefully try to find out information about what's going on in the borough. Okay, those are the reports on new business consent agenda.
Yep. I make a motion to approve the new business consent agenda, resolutions 2026-104 to 2026-114.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I make a motion to approve resolution 2026-115, authorizing the payment of the bill list in the amount of $7,397,512.37.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Do you have an appointment?
Yep. I make a motion to approve Mayor Bush's recommendation to appoint Julio Casado to the Environmental Commission for the term expiring December 31st, 2028.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right. I make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.